So from the say we keep trying different questions in preparation for the exam on Wednesday. So we'll keep trying different questions, like I said before last week. We've done 2 before, so we'll be doing the 3rd one today. So I guess we all know how to all of us already know how to titrate again. So we'll just take it again. So our expected value of volume of acid used should be around 12.5, 12.7, right? So let's try and see if we get the same value again today. So as usual, we'll feed the BS to the acid, pour the BS into the what? Into the pour the acid into the BS, right? Then prepare 25 ml of what? Of the base, abi? Don't drink the base, oh. Like, drink it. You say it's sweet, abi? You say it's sweet, abi? Nice. So pour the 25 ml of what? Base into what? The conical what? Flask, right? Then we add our methyl orange, right? So with my indicator, let me just take the raw file of the indicator, the raw one of the indicator, and see if it gives me the same results. So give me a what? A golden brown color, right? The golden color also. So we expect to have what? A pink color at the end of the day, right? So we'll titrate until what? Get the volume of acid what? Used. That's what? 12 point what? Let's say 12.5 here. Point what? 7. So 12 point what? 7. So how do I put my table? My table look like this, abi? So table look like this of this one, right? So what going to the table first? Like I always say, you write what? Your indicator, right? Indicator is what? So indicator is what? Indicator is what? Methyl what? Methyl what? Orange, right? What about the volume of what? Of base, abi? Volume of base is what? 25.0 cm what? Cube, right? Now, that's the volume of base, huh? Okay, that's the volume. Pipette size is the volume of base. See the same thing, yes. Yes, either you write pipette size or volume of what? Base. Is that clear? So that will now go into our table. Look like what? So with Burette what? Burette reading. Burette readings, right? Burette readings. So Burette reading. What do we have first after the Burette reading? Final bar. Final what? Reading, abi. Final reading here. Initial reading. Initial reading. Then what? Volume of acid, abi. Volume of A what? Used, right? Can I write A or just say what? Acid. Acid used. Okay? So like this, we simply complete what? The table. Okay? Like this. Jesus, who is doing some flight? Get in flight mode. So listen, that's what we have here. Our what? Our rough what? Rough tighter, right? Mind that I said there must be something you must put to avoid mark reduction. What's that? Centimeter what? Cube to avoid what? Mark reduction, right? Rough tighter. We now have what? The first what? Tighter. First tighter in what? CM what? Cube, right? We have what? Second what? Tighter. Second tighter in what? CM cube, abi. And also my what? My third what? Third, abi. In what? CM cube. So please write that in full, please. The board is not enough to write it. That's why I'm putting that there. So we have done our rough already, right? And the direct reading here is what? 12.7. Okay? 12.7. So our what? Initial is what? 0.00. Mind you to what? 3 significant what? Figures. Is that clear? So then what our final we have there? 12.70, abi. So when we subtract this minus this, give us as what? 12.70, right? Talk to me now. Good. So now, like I said, you can also do your words again. Give me that start for me here, please. You can also do your first title by filling again to what? To zero mark, Abi? Yes, sorry there. By filling to zero mark, fill it to zero mark. Fill again to zero mark, right? No, table 70. 70, right? Now to the zero mark again. What do I do again? Where is it? I'll pipette what again? 25 mil of the base again, right? Talk to me. 25 mil of the base again. So of the base, right? So we're into the conical flask again. They will add our what again? Who is actually Munashi? Then it titrates again. Until we get a what? A pink color, right? A pink coloration. A wine color. Munashi wine color. It's not wine color, it's pink. Oh. I don't know where you got wine from. So what have got here? This is 12 here. This is 12.50. I got here. So my initial again is 00 Abi. Final is what? 12.50, right? Now so that's what we have. 12.50 again, Abi. Now at this point here, listen, we can start our initial from here again. Okay? Or we can fit, like I said, we can complete it to 10, right? Let's just feed this into 10 and start our initial for the second tetra from what? From mark what? 10. From 10 cm cube. Then, yes, at this point now we have initial of 10. Okay? Yes, for the second tetra, right? For the second tetra we initial of 10. For the second tetra. Yes, to avoid error. So, initial here what? 10.00, right? So, yes, you can start from where you stop. Okay? You can start for the ball. Be careful when you are. Good. So, from 10, let's say we arrive at. What do we have there? 23.60. So 20 what? 23.60. When I subtract, what will it give to me? 13 point what? 60. 13.60. This appears to be too far. So it to be too far. Mind you, they are not comparable. So appear to be too far from each other. So at what value should this give us around 12 point something? 20 what? 2 Abi? 22. So that has to be 22.60, right? Amount of what will it give to me? 12 point what? Mind you, should be what? Concordant, not too far from what? Each other. Okay, so you have to learn to what? Reconstruct your tape so that it does not go plus or minus what? Plus or minus 0 point what? 2. Okay, is that clear? So I can start my initial again from wherever. Now it's too far. I can fill again to 0.0 for my third. Okay, I can start with 0.0. I can already start for what? Let's imagine I get 12.0. So from here, if my initial is 12.00, what my final? What my final? 24.60, right? 24.6. When I subtract, what will I have? 12.60. Okay, 12.60, right? That'll be my final, right? Now, good. So you can see that the values are what? Concordant, right? They are what? Concordant. So what's the first? Yes, but just adding now, add what your assumed final is going to be. You know that whatever you do, you want to have it around 12.60.7. So anywhere you start from, just add 12.6 to that place to get the what to be here. You get it, ba? So just I know that I want to arrive at 12.50, 12.0.70. So to get your initial, anything you get, they just add it to what you put as initial to get it, then subtract it to get back the 12.60 you are looking for, that you want to get. Exactly. Yes. 12.50, 60, 70, no problem. It's still fine. So as you are, you have to find what average volume of acid used, abi. So this one also what? So therefore, so average, abi. So average volume of what? Acid, abi, used will be what? Will I add it off? No. Will I add it off? No. I will add the what? The first, starter, second, and what? Third, right? So that will be what? 12.50 plus 12.60 plus 12.60 divided by what? 3, right? Add for me, what do I have there? Good. 37 point what? 0.7 divided by what? 3. So D or A, 12 point what? 56 what? So that's 57 abi cm what? Cube. This is the average of acid what you. So this is what your table is expected to be for this year 2026 chemistry what? Practical. Is that clear? This is what your table is expected to be for this year 2026 WAEC practical. Like just like this, do not exceed anything 12. Okay, do not exceed. So this is what the teacher will be reporting. So based on what the teacher is reporting, so actually let the teacher tell you what value he or she is reporting to WAEC, so that you work within that range. But your table should not, your value should not be more than 12.5, 12.6, 12.4, 12.3. So within that values, within that range. Is that clear? Now, so the question given to us here. So we are then given a question. The question which states that, say A is a solution of containing what? 9.90 gram of what? An acid H2X per dm cube. That means for me already, what have I been given already? The mass conc, not mass, the mass conc, say per dm cube. So the mass conc of the what already? Of the acid. Exactly. Now, so B contains 4.00 gram of sodium hydroxide per dm cube. Also, what is again? The mass conc of the what? Of the base, abi? Talk to me now, right? Now, say put into a which you have done, abi? Put it to a which you have done already. Put it to a burette and titrate against 20 cm or 25 cm key portion of B using methyl orange as indicator. Repeat the addition to obtain concordant titer values. Tabulate your reading and calculate the average volume of acid used, abi? Which is what we have done already. And let's go to the first. Now, say the equation of the reaction is H2X plus 2NaOH. Reading what? NaX plus 2H2O. Okay, normally this section is called what? A neutralization reaction between an acid and a base to form what? Salt and water, right? So where H is 1, oxygen is what? 16, H2 23. Avogadro's constant is what? 6.02 exponent what? 23. Because so when I see this, I'm expected to be finding what? Ion in the question. Ion of hydrogen or whatever thing I have to find whenever I see this. Okay, number of atom, number of ions. Is that clear? They say from the just an information provided, calculate the concentration of what? Of B in moles per dm cube. The conc of B in moles per dm cube. In moles per dm cube. So let me raise this side, then come to this side. We use here the mass conc of B in moles per what? Dm cube. The molar conc of B in moles per dm cube. All right, so to find the mass, the molar, so find the what? Question of A of B, Abi, in moles per dm cube, right? Now, from the question itself, they have given us the mass conc of B, true of us. Mass of B, true of us. So know that what? The mass conc of what? Of B is what? 4.00 gram per what? dm cube, Abi, already from the question, right? Then, we know that to find molar conc of something, what formula connects molar conc and mass conc and molar mass? Molar conc, Abi, molar conc is equal to what? Mass conc over molar mass. Good, right? So I'm looking for the what? The molar conc, Abi. So I need the what? Molar mass of what? Of the base, Abi, NaOH. So let's find, Abi. So molar mass of what? NaOH. So that means what? 23. Hydrogen is oxygen what? 16. Hydrogen is what? 1. That will be what? 40 gram per what? Per mole. Abi? 40 gram per what? Per mole, right? Now, can I get the molar conc now? So C of what? C of B, right? Which is what? Molar conc of B, Abi? Question of B, mole per dm is CB, right? CB is then what? Let's solve it, Abi. So 4.00 over what? 40, right? This will give me what? CB as what? 0.100 what? Moles per what? Per what? dm cube. I'll find the what? Question A, we say what? Question B, I. Question of B, mole per what? dm cube. Question 2 say what? Number of moles of what? Sodium hydroxide in what? Of what? Of B pipetted. The number of moles of volume of B pipetted. Now, volume of B pipetted is what? Volume of B pipetted is what? Volume of B, Abi. So, question 2 says that you find the number of moles, Abi. The number of moles. Listen, number of moles in the volume of B pipetted. Look at the board, please pay attention. Now, that here is one formula. That what formula molar conc is what? Number of mole over volume, Abi. Mass conc is mass over volume. True of us. So C is equal to what? N over what? V. Do you agree with me? Yes. I find the number of mole, Abi. So N will be what? C times what? V. Now it is not asked to find the number of moles of sodium hydroxide in the volume of B pipetted. That means I need the what? The molar conc of what? Of B, Abi, which I've already found already. And the volume of B pipetted is what? 25. Are we good? Are we good? So that will be what? Number of moles of what? NaOH in 25 cm cube will be what? C is what? 0.01 Abi times what? 25 over what? 1 volume must be in what? In dm cube. That was divided by what? 1000. Is that clear? Yes, now must 25 Abi, but it must be in dm cube. So divide by 1000 to dm cube. Is that clear? Is that clear? So number of mole N will be what? Talk to me. 0.1 times what? 0.05 Abi. But like, what do you have? What do I have there? 0.00 Abi. Talk to me. 0.002.5 Abi. 0.00. Talk to me now. 2 what? 5 what? Moles. Very small. Okay? Number of mole of what? The base in what? Volume of B pipetted. Volume of B what? Pipetted. Is that correct? Is that correct? The question C, Abi, BII says what? Come.
This what you are looking for this thing.
N, Abi, yes. C came from what you find, Abi?
Yeah. This
25 years. 1000 years.
The N is C.
N is C, yes. Now this times this, yes. How to have there? So good. Now question what? Question what? Say what? Question of what? A in what? In mole per dm cube. Question of A in moles per dm cube, right? Now, in that case, what do we just do? Now, since we have find what? Since we have gotten the molar conc of B, right? We have gotten CB, right? So we need to get So concentration of what? Of what? A in what? In moles per what? dm cube. I'll simply use formula what? Ca Va over what? Cb Vb equal to what? Na over what? Nb. Na over what? Nb, right? Now I must make C a sort of what? Formula before I input in the detail. Don't just go straight. WAEC will check for that and give mark for that. So Ca will be what? So Ca Va times what? Nb equal to what? Cb Vb times what? Na. Divide both by what? Vb Nb to get Ca, right? So Ca is simply what? Cb Vb Na over what? Vb Na. Na, right? So I plug in the values, right? So Vb, no, Cava times Nb, Cava, Jesus, okay, Cava. So that will be what? Va, right? Yes. No. So Cava times Nb, that's Cava times Nb, then Cb Vb times Na, then divided by what? So Cb Vb times Na all over what? Va Nb, good. Va over Nb. Okay. So now go there, we'll say what now? So Ca will be what? What's this? What's our Cb equation of B? 0. What? 10 times what? Volume of base is what? 25 times number of mole of base is 2, right? And number of moles of A, N is 1, right? N is 1, right? Acid is 1 mole, right? So 1 over what? 25. What's the volume of acid used? Volume of acid used 25.57, Abi. Volume of acid now, what we have before now? 12.57 times what? Times 2. So C of A is simply what? This gives us what? 2.5, I guess. Talk to me. Divided by what? 25 point what? 1 what? 4. So C of A is what? 0. What? 0.9 what? 9. Right? Talk to me now. 0.099 Abi. So moles per what? dm cube. Okay? Okay.
Why do you use 25? Why you not divide this by 1?
No, you don't need to, because both of them are already in cm cube, so no need. Okay? Cm cube, so there's no need. Okay? So there's no need to divide. So they're already there already, so no need to that. So from then I will now look for what? Now that's to find what? Question 4, BIV. We should find what? We should find what? So amount, question BIV say amount of what? H2 in what? The volume of acid used. The same thing we did here for the B, and the amount of what? NaOH in the what? Volume of pipette what? Used. Same thing, Abi. Talk to me, Abi. Because that what? Number of moles also what? C. If C is equal to what? N over V, then N is equal to what? C times what? V. Okay? That's the C of A, Abi. So C of A times what? V of A. Right? So C of A is what? 0.099 times what? V is what? 12.5 divided by what? Must be DMP, Abi. Must be DMT, right? That be what? 12.57 divided by what? Divided by what? 1,000, right? That will be what? N is 0.099 times what do we have here? 0.0125 times 0.99. So N is what? Share confirm, please. Confirm, please. 1.2. What's that? There's no exponent. Minus 0, that be what? 0.00. 1.24 moles. Very little values though. So they will now have to find what? C shape. That amount is mole now. That's amount mole. Amount is mole. Amount is mole. So the now ask us of what? Molar mass of what? Molar mass of what? Molar mass of H2X. Of H2X, right? Now lastly, BV said what? Molar mass of H2X. So now this way you got molar mass of H2 what? X, right? H2X is the acid, right? The acid not so. I can't tell the molar mass because I don't know what X is, right? Now, but I know that by relationship, I know that molar conc, Abi, is what? Mass conc over what? Molar mass. True of us. Now, they have the molar conc of the acid. I do, right? They have the mass conc of the acid. I do. 9.90, right? That per DMQ, right? And look for the what? Molar mass. That's where you find it. Okay? So, molar mass. So, molar mass is simply what? Molar what? Molar. No, mass conc, right? Yes, mass conc over molar mass. So, mass conc over what? Molar conc, Abi? Talk to me now. Right. So, therefore, molar mass of H2X. So, molar mass of H2X is simply what? 9.90 divided by what? 0.99. Okay, 0.09 be 0.099. So that will be what? The molar mass. The molar mass. The molar mass. That will be what? Tell me now. 100 what? Gram per what? Per mole, Abi. 100 gram per what? Per mole. Okay, based on this question, no? Based on this question, okay? Now ask us to find the what? The value of what? Value of what? The value of X, Abi. The value of X. So the value of what? X, Abi. Now value of X in what? So B what then? BVI, right? The value of what? X in what? H2 what? X, Abi. Now what's the molar mass of H2X? Is what? 100, right? So that means this is equal to this, true of us. So therefore H2S is better to be what? To be 100, right? Right? So what is hydrogen? 1 times what? 2, Abi, plus what? X, right? Equal to what? 100. Do I agree? So this is what? 2, right? Plus X equal to what? 100. So X is what? 100 minus what? 2. X is what? 98. 98 gram. Not times X. 1 times 2 plus X. Now add define molar mass. Keep adding. You must plan. You know adding. You're adding, right? So add, Abi. This plus this plus this. So this give us this. 2 plus X where? How can I be 2X? How would you say 2 plus X is 2X? Can you add 2 plus X? Add 2 plus X. Add 2X. So this will be the what? The mass based on this question, though. Based on this question. Based on the question. The value of X is what? 98 is the question. Okay, so this is how you can do it to this point. That's mass. The value is max now.